Voila, loaf number 2. Not bad. I'd say so myself. Welcome back to a show about food. I'm Mike Rao, and today we're making mistakes. So today I am trying to make pizza from scratch. I don't have any of the right bread, I don't have any yeast, I don't have any of the things I'm supposed to have to make pizza, but I'm gonna try to wing it and see if I can make it happen anyway. I started a sourdough starter, again with none of the things that I'm supposed to have. I used regular unbleached all-purpose flour rather than bread flour, and I just figured I'd see how it would go. I think bread flour right now is super hard to come by and kind of expensive, as well as yeast. So I figured I'd try to make a starter, and worst case scenario, wasted a little bit of flour. So, I've got a sourdough starter with some flour, water, and salt that I have let sit and become a gelatinous ooze. This is really not what it's supposed to look like. I have no idea how it's gonna turn out, but I figure at the very end of the day, I'll eat it anyway. Again, pizza dough should not look like this, but who knows how it'll turn out. Alright, so I can totally tell that this dough does not have enough air in it, but worst case scenario, it'll be an interesting mistake. Alright, here goes nothing. Sounds like something happened. That's burnt. We'll just scrape it off. And now we wait. It looks like something you can eat. It smells like something you can eat. It may not be very good eats. Happy little mistakes. Moment of truth. It looks like bread. It looks like dense bread that's a little doughy in the middle, but I feel like I could eat it. Let's find out. Look, I 100% burnt that bread, but it's still kind of tasty. I think I introed this episode as pizza. It ended up being bread, largely because the dough started falling apart in my hands, but just like Bob Ross said, happy little mistakes. Definitely better than the first two. That's good. Enough messing about, it's time to get seriously semi-serious. I'm basing this attempt on a semi-adherence to the New York Times tartine country loaf recipe. Here, I'm mixing 200 grams of starter with 700 grams of warm water and mixing it with my hands to distribute all our little microbial friends. Next up, 1,000 grams of flour. I'm still using all-purpose here because that's all I can get my hands on. Mixed together until it's well combined. I used a rice scooper to help me get all the little bits on the side down into one homogeneous blob. Cover with a hand towel and allow it to rest for 30 minutes at room temperature. Next up, add 20 grams of salt and 50 grams of warm water and use your hands to integrate everything thoroughly. I forgot to record that, so you'll just have to take my word for it. 30 minutes later, and look how big and fluffy my dough is! I'm employing the slap and fold technique. This is my first time trying it. I've since gotten better, significantly better actually, but the key is using a wet hand or utensil and getting a good grip of the bottom, stretching it out and folding it over. Rotate it and repeat this action 3 times, then allow it to rest for 30 minutes. Do this every half hour for 2.5 hours. After about 3 hours, I tried to shape my dough into boules. Ultimately, I was unsuccessful because the dough was uncooperative, sticky, and I gave up and just poured the gloop into a bowl to rest overnight. The next morning, I tried to give it a shot, but as you can see, my luck didn't get any better. So instead of trying to shape it, I just decided to pour the gloopy dough mess into a bowl lined with parchment paper, and then transfer that into a Dutch oven. And in for 20 minutes. Now we need to get some color on it. Let's remove the lid of the Dutch oven. Hey, look at that. Bread success. Yeah, doesn't look that bad. I've since adapted my technique to just pouring the doughy mess into a parchment paper lined bowl the night before. And I can make tasty bread fairly consistently with this technique. Almost forgot. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Those 2 buttons right there are basically my boss, so if you want to see more delicious things, just click them. Until next time, be safe, practice social distancing, and make delicious things. See you guys soon.